We have anybody ready, Chris? All right, welcome.
Hey, Mike, Tom Pecora here. How are you, buddy?
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hey, man, congratulations. I just wanted to say thanks so much. I know Jay was on earlier and a bunch of other coaches, but what you did for us out there at Hofstra and the advice and counsel you've given me over the years, I should have listened a lot more, but you're a good friend and you're a good man, and you really own the city. And there's not many people who can say that in New York. It's different when you're in Des Moines. But in New York City, to own the airwaves, it's huge. And you and Chris were special in the last 10 years or so yourself, man.
Thank you, Tom, very much. You know, from the days with Jay and you at Hofstra, all to the other things that you've done and right through recent years and everything else. So thank you. Thanks for calling. Good luck to you in the future. And, again, we'll see you along the way. But thanks very much for calling and for being part of the program. Very much appreciate it.
You're the best, pal. A lot
Thank
of living to do. Enjoy it all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tom. Tom Pecora was Jay's assistant and then the head coach at a couple other places. He's mentioning I told him to take one job he didn't take once, which he should have taken, and it happens. I mean, that's what happens. We got another one ready? Okay. Hold on. I can go to a read. Here we go. Whether you play baseball, football, basketball, or hockey, or just watch from the comfort of your own couch, the last thing you need is back pain and muscle weakness keeping you on the sidelines. At Inglewood Hospital and Medical Center, the expert joint and spine specialists are dedicated to keeping your body at the peak of its game. Schedule an appointment with one of the Inglewood Hospital and Medical Center's joint and spine specialists today. Call 866-980-3462 or visit inglewoodhealth.org. That's inglewoodhealth.org. Another guest. Here we go. Welcome.
Hey, Mike. It's Neil Smith.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations, man.
Thank
30
you.
Years. Who would have ever thunk it?
Boy, I haven't heard from you in a long time. How are things going?
Everything's going good. Everything's fine. I'm down in South Carolina. I go back and forth to New York there and do NHL Network and listen to you. And boy, we had some great days, though, didn't we, back during the 90s?
Absolutely, Neil. It was a wild time, great time. It was a lot of fun. You were a big part of it. It was really some remarkable stuff. Those were great days in the 90s, some great days with the Rangers, and again, it was a lot of fun. It really was. I mean, it was some very exciting times, and again, living through what we lived through with the Rangers in the early 90s was unbelievable.
Yeah, and you guys made it a lot of fun, you and the dog, and there was almost every time I was on with you guys, it was enjoyable. There was a couple times it wasn't,
yes.
But it was fun, and you, I tried to help out when you get to a sticky spot with hockey, but I know that's not your sport, but it's still. It was great, and I was there, Mike, for every single day of the 90s.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, and you guys are a huge part of that, and the first talk sports show in the world when FAN started.
Thank you, Neil, very much. I hope you're doing well, and again, good wishes. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Neil.
Job well done.
Thank you, Neil Smith. Obviously, another one. Chris, you ready? Okay, Chris, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the program.
Mike, it's Mike Tannenbaum from the Miami Dolphins.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Mr. T. How are you? How's things going? It was a good win last week, Mr. T. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations to you. And I remember the first time going on with you was the summer of '97 at Hofstra University, and it was a big deal that Coach Parcells let me go on with you because you were the icon of New York sports. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done for the industry. And in this day and age where there's endless content between podcasts and, the way sports are covered, I think the reason you've been as successful as you have for as long as you've been is, you've always delivered very unique content, and it was the honest content. It was the truth. It was how you saw things, and I think you made everyone smarter. It was thought-provoking, and I just want you to know I appreciate you and everything you've done.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it very much. Obviously, you had to be very proud of your team last week. That was a heck of a win against the Pats.
Yeah, felt good about it. I thought we played well in all three phases, and give ourselves a chance here with 3 games to go. We're sitting at 6-7. Wish it was a little bit better, but we played well, and obviously, anytime you can beat a division team like that, it was a good day for us. And let's see what happens over the last 3 weeks.
I tell you, Cutler's confounding because when he's good, man. I tell you, he really is. When he can, we know he can throw it, but when he's on his game, he got away and made the play down to the 5-yard line that was unbelievable in that game.
Yeah, people don't realize he's still a good athlete. He can make all the throws, and like you say, he bought some time with his feet, and we're getting some really good contributions from this Kenyon Drake third-round pick out of Alabama, and he can really extend it down in a number of ways, and really he's been a weapon for us out of the backfield as well.
Well, thank you, Mr. T, for chipping in. I appreciate it very much, and continued success down there.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and best of luck.
Thank you, Mike Tannenbaum, as we call him, Mr. T, down there with the Dolphins, formerly of the Jets. All right, we have another guest. Welcome.
Hello, is this the almighty Mike Francesa?
I think it is.
Mike,
welcome.
John Franco, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, John. How are you?
Good. Mike, I wanted to call to congratulate you on 30 years. You've always been up straight and straightforward with me, and always gave me the benefit of the doubt, but you were honest, and I'll never forget when I got traded to the Mets. You and the dog were the first ones to call, and I did the first interview with them in December of '89. And it's been a pleasure knowing you over the course of these years, and fellow St. John's Redmond. And I wish you nothing but success and health and happiness in your next endeavors. Whatever you're going to do.
Johnny. Thank you, John. And I see John all the time because you see him at the Met games all the time. So we sit together and we chat. So I see Johnny all the time. So yes. So
you're always in my corner.
Yes.
Yeah, you're always in my corner, always saying that I'd be a good coach or something one day, and I really appreciate you saying things. And now I got to see what I got to do, and I'm picking up my daughter every day from school. I listen to you, so now I got to see who I got to listen to. I'm not
sure. You'll find something. But listen, Johnny, thanks for calling and chipping into this program. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Mike, good luck to you.
Thank
Whatever
you, Johnny.
You decide to do, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, John. John Franco, obviously the longtime reliever, and I think he would be a very good pitching coach. I've always felt that. All right, we have another guest ready. Welcome.
You're going from Staten Island to Staten Island. Rich Eisen from Staten Island, New York. Rich from Staten Island calling in. Mike.
Rich from Staten Island calling in on a Thursday. Aren't you working today?
You know what, Mike? I had the forethought when we were making up the Thursday night schedule to see down the road that Broncos Colts might not have the.
Well, yeah, if you got the right to take this one off, good for you, because it is a bad one. Absolutely. Who would have thought? Who would have ever thought in this late in the season you would have had to think Luck was going to have a very rough year or be out of it for to think that this would be a nothing game? But you're absolutely right. So Rich got the night off, and this is a good night to have off, Rich. But thank you for contributing and coming on the program. Appreciate it.
Oh, come on, Mike. Look, thank you for all those years of when I was working for the Staten Island Advance, driving around, listening to you, and also setting the table. Like when you called into my show a couple of weeks ago, I can't do the show that I'm doing on a daily basis without what you, created. And on this station with you and Chris, it's just an honor to be part of today's show, Mike.
Thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate it very much. Nice of you to call and continued success. Rich Eisen, NFL Network. We have another guest ready. Welcome.
Hey, Mike. It's your favorite female sports anchor. Oh, don't take a minute to think about it.
I know it's Erica.
Don't be
what are you
funny.
Hello,
you
Erica.
were pausing for a fact. I'm good. Thank you.
I said I have so many. We've had.
Yes,
so
well,
many
I had to narrow it down. I didn't want to offend anybody, so I figured I'd be very specific. Thank you so much for all the great years, Mike, and thank you for launching me and my career, and for always being so supportive. And you can let up on the ruse now. I know you're not really leaving. So.
Erica came into the studio the other day and said on Tuesday, 2 days ago, and said, "You're not leaving, I know it." I said, "Yes, I am, Erica. I'm leaving in 2 days."
No, it's all a joke. I mean, it's time now. Tomorrow you'll let everybody know that you're actually staying and you're not leaving me in the dust.
Well, listen, you know what? You've been there for a very long time. I remember when Dog and I first heard you calling the Rutgers Big East game many, many years ago. I don't want to date you, but many, many years ago, long before you had a wonderful family. So thank you for being part of the program, Erica. And it's been a pleasure having you contribute to the program. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for everything, and good luck. And I hope this is not the last I see of you. So
thank you.
I will miss you.
Thank you very much.
Take care, Mike.
Erica Herskowitz, who has been one of the update people on the program, and she, someone that Dog and I discovered many, many years ago. Going back a long time now, when she was doing play-by-play at Rutgers. All right, another guest. Here we go. Welcome,
Kenny, the Jet Smith.
Kenny Smith joins us now. Welcome, Kenny. How are you?
I'm good, brother. Doing good. No problems at all. Getting ready for the good music game tonight.
Well, Kenny is on the best line, but we do appreciate you chipping in, Kenny, of course, from Archbishop Malloy, and you know him well from TBS and everything else. So, Kenny, thank you very much. It's nice of you to call, and I know you're busy tonight, but thanks. It's very nice of you to call in.
Yeah, man, without question, man. Always growing up and been a fan. When I've grown up, I've always been a fan of yours, man. So, got great games tonight with the NBA. Got the Lakers in Cleveland. Good to see LeBron if he can school the not only the young ball but the dad at the same time.
Well, listen, again, I know you're busy, but thanks very much, Kenny. And, again, I'll never forget, and you remember this story, when Dog and I walked in the building before Game 7, you were struggling in that series and said, I'm going to have a good night tonight, and you went off on the Knicks in that Game 7 that the Knicks lost in Houston and sent us home without a championship. You know that?
That's all right, brother. That's right. Well, put it like this. I always say we have more real New Yorkers on our team in Houston than there was actually New Yorkers on the Knicks team. So New York did win.
Well, listen, thanks, Kenny, for calling. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck.
No problem, brother.
All right, Kenny Smith, who does the studio show. Kenny the Jet Smith, who does the show with Charles Barkley and the guys for TBS. We welcome in the next guest.
Michael, this is hard for a Fordham guy to call it Johnny, but we almost had you a Porsche a couple years ago, so I thought it would be appropriate to call and say thank you for all the great work over the years.
Well, thank you, PJ. Sometimes I saw something recently, and it seemed like I said, that can't be that long ago that game was played. It really, and that was such a great run. It really was. I mean, that was such a good team. It was such a great run. It was such a heartbreaking defeat, but it was an unbelievable run, I know, for you. And, you've gone on to bigger and better things, but thank you. And another person who's been on the show a million times through the years, of course, PJ Carlesimo from Seton Hall, and obviously from the NBA and many places since. So thank you, PJ. It's very nice of you.
Michael, great. You talk about a great run. A lot of people don't remember you 100 years ago when you started. You and I are old enough to remember, and all the hard work, where you started, the time you put in, and to get where you are now. You've been so important to the people in the New York metropolitan area, and one of the things that I miss is I'm still on with you some, but not as much as it used to be, and I miss it and always look forward to listening. So congratulations on just a fabulous career.
Thank you very much, PJ. Appreciate you calling. Thanks for taking the time. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. PJ Carlesimo. We have one ready, Chris? All right, another one. Let's go.
Hey, Mike, it's Eli Manning. Just wanted to call and say it's been an honor and a pleasure to talk to you every Monday during the football season these last 6 years, and you've been first class and respectful, but also ask the honest questions, and I appreciate that. And you're a legend in this field and been doing it a long time. And when I first got to New York, learned about you and listened to you, so it's been an honor these past years talking to you, and we'll definitely miss talking to you on these Mondays.
Well, Eli, it's very nice of you to call, especially I know it's a busy time of the week, but thank you. And thank you for coming on the show when you didn't have to, like the last couple of weeks. I appreciate it. I know this has been a tough season for you, but you've handled it with the grace that you always have. I mean, I went back a long way with your dad many years ago. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And it's funny, my wife and I sat right in front of your parents for the game that you beat the undefeated Patriot team at the Super Bowl, and just experiencing that with him right behind me and talking to him during the game is a memory I'll never forget. And it was just amazing to have him right behind me as that game unfolded. And Giant fans, they've showed you what they think of you the last couple of days, and I don't know what the future holds right now, but you have had a brilliant career, and the only thing that's exceeded it is the class and dignity that you've handled yourself with through these years. So congratulations for that. I'm sure you got plenty of good football left, but thank you for calling. It means a lot, and thank you very much.
Sure thing, Mike. Have a great one. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you, Eli. You too. Thank you. That's very nice of you to call. Eli Manning, and again, it's very true. His father's a wonderful guy. I don't know Peyton well enough to talk specifically about Peyton. I've only met him a few times, but I know Eli well, and I know his dad well, and they are very much alike. We have another one, or should I break? We'll break and be back after this.